There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the young Jeffrey Jacklich, currently playing out of Pontiac, Michigan.
Yeah.
Formerly Napa, California.
Yeah.
And it's only a temporary thing. It's a 5-month gig. He'll be back in Napa soon enough. So if you're in the Northern California area and you're just kind of gotten the shakes because Jacklich is not around for 5 months, you've got two things you could do. Number one, you could get on a jet plane and see who sang that song, Jet Plane. That was that John Denver and someone else going.
Was it?
Yeah, John. I can't remember.
That was a duo.
Yeah, it was a duo. I think I can't remember. Anyway. And you could go to Detroit, and I'm sure Jeff would actually go to the airport and probably pick you up, or you could Uber or Lyft or do whatever you want, and then you could have some time, a couple, 2, 3, 4 days with Jeff, or you could just wait until October-ish.
I'll be back.
And you and I have threatened to actually put together a 3-day immersion workshop.
Yeah.
4 players at a time. Go to this house in the desert, California desert, with a tennis court. And it's a little like one of those reality TV shows where the 4 players have to live together. And, of course, we won't have the video camera rolling. But it's going to be a unique experience in terms of if you're super serious about wanting to get out of, I'm not going to say the rut, but if you're super serious about wanting to get out of where you're at right now and get a different result for your tennis game, whether it's singles or doubles, that's the whole idea behind this 3-day immersion workshop in the desert. We haven't come up with a hard date yet. But we will.
Indeed, I think it's a cool idea, and I think without all the hype and fanfare, it's like you said, it's 3-day immersion. We stay focused on a short list of items that you can get a fresh perspective on and really get it. But there's just a short list of items that you need to get a handle on and understand, and how it applies to the rest of your tennis career.
Well, and it's unique to everybody, whatever that short list is. It's our job to be able to pick out here are the 3 things that you have got to get organized within the next 3 months or the next 6 months, and here's the action plan.
Right.
And it's up to you to actually execute the action plan. And if you don't, then it's just wasted dineros.
Yes.
Dinero, I guess. I guess dinero is plural, isn't it? As in dollars. All right. Enough of that. So, guys, listen, another episode of the Gold Ball Hunting Podcast. I'm Brent Abel. That dude over there, Jeff Jacklich. And we're banging these things out. We're publishing every day. Every day of the day. We're not taking a day off. There's no like Sunday, day of rest. No, man, there's no day of rest. So the other thing we're offering, besides that cool immersion workshop that's to be announced, TBA, is a free complimentary private 10-minute coaching call. The 3 of us, you, me, and Jeff, we get on the phone, conference call, and you got to bring that one thing in your game right now that's a stick in the craw. Is that something that's real? A stick in the craw? Stick in the spokes.
A craw in the spokes, a stick in the craw.
Okay. Stick in the eye. Anyway, so we want to help you, kind of set you on that path to help you start getting the result you want with that one thing. The way to get on that free private coaching call, go over to goldballhunting.com. First name, email, address, click the button. Someone just already texted me on that one. Okay. And
I'm in.
And you'll get access. You get access to our online calendar where you can pick a date and time that works best for you. So before we started the recording, Jeff, you were sort of chatting, another sort of Tennis Channel, slight critique about how the announcers were kind of dissing the young Ms. Kenin.
Yeah, a little Sophie Kenin.
Like 48, probably less than 48 hours after she won. What was that, Birmingham?
Birmingham, yeah.
Yeah. What's on your mind?
Well, she played Sam Stosur this morning. Who's no slouch, first round, who's no slouch on the grass.
No,
it doesn't matter that her singles results haven't been stellar the last few years and everything, but she is a Grand Slam winner. I think she has 17 doubles and she won Wimbledon last year.
Oh, the dubs? I think that's right.
Women's dubs. I think, and so
we're not talking about who's got a nastier kick serve in the women's game?
No one.
Okay. So she's kind of a player.
Right. And so as much as, Kenin did a fabulous job, she's having just a great run since, Roland Garros and leading into that. And I mean, just really she's on this wave, right? How about since she won the Challenger in Berkeley last July, a $75,000 thing, she wins it. And, I mean, at the time, I think she was maybe 85 or 90 in the world. I think she needed more points or something like that, but she wins that thing. Right.
And the improvement line on the graph has literally been straight up.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all burning, man. All burners are firing, So, so you kind of see, I was watching the match and just kind of looked and went, wow, she just seems a little unsettled. She's very, she's very stoic in her movement, when she finishes a point, she has her routine and she's still the same. So none of that wavered. There was no whining or anything like that about the course of the match, the way it was going. It just didn't seem like she was picking up the fact that Stosur's forehand was landing around the service line and just shy of the service line. So the ball was actually coming up short and she was kind of hanging a little bit. So, but I just thought the announcers were just a little bit heavy-handed, let's say, in saying, well, she should be picking this up and she should be seeing that Stosur's forehand is not very good today and da-da-da. And I thought, wow, you just can't keep this accelerated level of play constant. And by the way, fellas, she's 17 years old. And
is she only 17? Really? I thought she was older than that.
No, I think she's 17, isn't she?
I don't think so. I'll look it up. Go ahead and keep yakking.
Get the phone out. Get the phone out. Let's see.
All right, just go ahead and keep yakking.
And even if she's not,
yes,
this is a 12-month period where she obviously it started out at Berkeley, and she's been on this meteoric rise of this level of play that is just beautiful to watch. And the expectation is to start comparing her to former number ones, and champions seem to be able to deliver this day in and day out. After they win an event, they can come back the next week and blah 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 and do this. And I'm thinking,
she'll be 21 in November.
Oh, okay.
Not much difference.
Either way.
Yeah.
Okay, I stand corrected, right? Either way, I'm thinking, it's a different animal when you start to have that kind of success.
Yeah.
And it's the same at every level of the game, Every time you make that leap and you start winning events at, wherever you're at, when you start then back-to-backing tournaments, it takes time and years to develop that mental fortitude to be able to stay the course, be excited about the next week, go out there first round, 2 days later.
Yeah.
And go out there and perform. And, here's the thing. How's that for a first round on grass, Stosur? I don't know.
I think anyone in the main draw of a major event or a big time event is dangerous. And look, how many times have we seen players on the men's tour and the women's tour win a tournament, and then they have to travel, let's say 3 or 4 time zones, and have to play 48 hours later, and just lay an
Right.
egg. I mean, it just the mental exhaustion over that time is just
Right.
there's just no way to get up. Well, she's not traveling. She's not traveling. I mean, she's just staying in London, right?
Right.
So to me, it's like, look, um, you're right. The announcers have no business
Right.
critiquing her in terms of, maybe if it was last week and she's playing Stozer in, let's say, the quarters, mentally she's so much sharper and she's recognizing, God, that forehand's landing short over there.
Right.
Today it's like, I don't want to hit another tennis ball for the next 48 hours. I don't want to do anything. I just want to go to bed
Right.
and sleep and let my body rest. And so, well,
Yeah,
so
and we don't know whether what was going on in her mind for sure. But I just thought, I thought it was just a little, like I said, heavy-handed of the announcers to kind of throw that out there and with that expectation, And so,
I think there's a lot of data on that. I think you can look at. I mean, that would be a fun Craig O'Shaughnessy thing, right?
Right.
Coach, go find out how many players win tournaments and then lose first round the very
Yeah.
next week, next day,
Next week, right?
couple of days later, whatever it is. I'll bet it's a pretty significant number.
Right. Right. And so what it brought to mind for me was not so much, in the senior national circuit, because those tournaments are spread out, and so you have time in between tournaments to recoup and kind of take a week off or however much time you want off. And then you see the next tournament coming up in 2 months.
Right.
And then to kind of, re-energize and look and make that goal and say, okay, I'm going to start getting in the gym 8 weeks before the event and make sure and here's my routine. I'm going to build up to it. And then I'm going to get there and hit my stride and hopefully crescendo by the end of the week, and so you have this time to kind of build it up. Whereas, what I thought is for league players, because there is no end anymore, it is the never-ending story, league play, with that overlaps and overlaps and overlaps, and it's just a little bit of a rant for me that it's just so unsustainable to play, league matches, make it to the, your division finals and blah, 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 and then this, and then 3 months later, the nationals, right? It's like this weird kind of thing that it happens off in the distance, but then the next league, if you've made it to your sectionals or whatever it is, the next league has already started.
Yeah.
And so I've seen it happen, a million times where they play, they get to the thing, and then the next league starts, and everybody's kind of like, like worn out, emotionally, physically, and yet, gosh, I just don't have it for the tennis, blah blah, and it's like, take a season off. I mean, really, I think if you really wanted to, and I'm just yapping here, if you really wanted to improve your tennis, I think the ideal game plan would be choose 3 sections of the year, play 3 seasons, whatever, but give yourself some gap time in between each season to do some work, and do some practice, but also more than that, mentally give yourself a rest from the constant kind of league culture and the constant, what's your rating? How's, are you going to get bumped or you're not going to get bumped? Blah, blah, blah. And we know all the other fallout conversations that come from that. And none of it, I don't think, is very positive. It's a constant emotional roller coaster, if you will. So watching the Kenin thing, I just thought it just reminded me of that dichotomy where the expectation of thinking that you're going to stay on this constant, rise and stay at this level, season to season and tournament to tournament is, it's just not, it's a false expectation.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And you're right. I mean, we're not on the tour. We're not playing tournaments starting in January and then going all the way through, into September or October.
Right.
So we do have some breaks if you're playing tournaments, but you're right about the leagues. I mean, the league mindset is that, look, I just want to maintain what I got and stay here at this level. And you're right. rather than risk sort of taking some time off and working on my game or whatever, is just not part of the league mentality.
Right.
There's something else I think that we were talking about earlier, is that for those of you who are seriously getting out there and working on your game, that and I don't know if we talked about overtraining, but there is something to be said for, look, I love to play. I mean, I love to play. I love to train on the court, off the court. But like I played yesterday, and we played 3 sets, and after a set and a half, I was gone. I was spent. I was just, stick a fork in me. I'm done, because the day before that, I'd done this 90-minute mountain bike loop that I do here outside of my house in Moraga, which is just, a lot of ups and downs, and it was hot. And I got back and I just took the Vive, made the Vive recovery shake, and crashed on the couch for probably an hour and a half. Just
nice.
Out, gone. But I think what happens is we get training, and there are some days when we go out there when we initially feel okay. We feel okay, but within about 30 minutes, it's like, oh boy, I don't feel okay. Or I've just got nothing to give today. And that was one of those days for me yesterday. And the only thing I really wanted to make sure is I didn't start building any sloppy habits where you might get tired and go, screw it, I don't care. I'm playing 3 sets today, and big deal. And there's a risk that you could start to get sloppy with some stuff. And so maybe I'm not moving as quickly, maybe I don't feel as much, whatever. That's okay. But you got to make sure that you're not letting yourself slip into some slop. And so and that's just a reality of playing a ton. And so to me, that we first started talking about this before I hit the record button, when you were mentioning Kenin, was that for the rest of us not on the tour, there's a select few, small percentage, who are really out there grinding, practicing, trying to get better.
Right.
And there's just going to be those days when it ain't going to happen. The energy's not there, and that's just okay, and don't fight those days. So I guess that's it. We good?
That's it. We're good.
All right, man. Well, listen, good topic. Thank you. Guys, just a quick reminder again, free, private, 10-minute coaching call with that dude over there, Jeff Jacklich, and me, yours truly, and yourself, man. And you, the 3 of us. We get on the phone, a conference call. It's not recorded. It's private, but not recorded. And you got to bring that one thing in your game right now. What are you laughing at over there? You're just going, where's he going with this?
Yeah, I'm just listening to you rap.
Old white guy rapping. Now that's the biggest oxymoron in the whole world right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so goldballhunting.com, first name, email address, click the button.
Go to the website, press the button,
and you
click it, write your name, all that stuff.
Yeah, you will get a click the button, man. And then when you click the button, there's what you do. Me and Coolio, who is it? Ice Cube. I love that dude. I think he is awesome. I mean, I don't like his music so much, but I think he's a good actor. And anyway, I think it's his name, Ice Cube. So I think that's it. Jeff, what would we like to find folks to do besides unsubscribe right now?
Right. Yeah. Don't run away screaming. Don't unsubscribe.
Yeah. Yeah, what is it?
Maybe not share the end of this with your friends. But anyway, like us, share us, please subscribe. Let us know what you think down below.
All right, good deal. Get out there today, guys. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Let's try this again tomorrow, Jeff.
All righty.